Hi, welcome to MicroStrategy Embedding SDK Playground tutorial. In this video, I'm going to give you an overview of a simple dossier example. So to see that example, you go to Start Over, click Start Over, and you pick the first one from the list. So this is the example, simple example. This is also the default template we used if you use the if you enter your dossier URL. So let's get started with this example. So after you click continue, you see the code is automatically populated in this code editor, and it also runs and the result is showing in the preview panel. On the right side in the console log, you see all the events that is registered. So all the event you can listen, add the code, listen to this event. So in the code, line number 7 is the place we added the embedding SDK library. On line number 12, that's the placeholder. And when you use the embedding SDK, we pass this ID and the dossier will be embedded under this container. And on line number 14, that's your dossier URL. So if you ever want to use your dossier, you can also change the URL to your dossier, link to your library. Also, remember, also change this URL to match to the same library. On number 16, that's the object variable we created. And so this can be used in other place in the code. So let's say the run code is a big code block, and inside this block, we have a definition of the configuration. So we intentionally include all the possible configurations in the configuration object. So that you can easily change the value and to see it's running. So you don't need to remember all the possible variable names. In your actual application, if your value is the same as the default, you actually don't need to include this. So you can make this much shorter. After this code block is we have a comment block for you to insert code. If you ever want to drag something into here. So this is supposed to be the code you run before you create a dossier, right? So if you want to change some configuration, if you want to override some of the configuration, you can drag the code block here, and it will override some of configuration and before the running the dossier, before create a dossier. On line number 113 to 117, that's the code to create a dossier. So we call embedding SDK's dossier object, right? Dossier object dot create, dossier dot create, and passing the configuration object. And it will, if it's successful, it will create a dossier object. So later, if you want to call a function from a dossier object, you can drag the code here. You can drag the code after this code block. That's the code structure. And let's just do one thing quickly. So if I want to hide the navigation bar for this one, so I just need to find the configuration for navigation bar. Let's find navigation bar, right? So there's a enabled, and you can just change this to false, and this will hide the navigation bar. So if I want to run, you can use this button, or you can use the shortcut key Command S or Control S on Windows. So you see this is running, and the navigation bar is gone. So you can show this, you can preview this page on full screen. So you click the full screen button, you'll see this is full screen. All right, so that's the quick overview of this example. Thank you.